Ready for today's Integrated Resource Team meeting?
I think I'm ready.
Why don't we start with a refresher on what you've accomplished since our last meeting?
All right. I met with Bruce, the Green Jobs Training Program case manager here. Great guy. I met with George, a certified Social Security benefits and work incentives advisor. That was information about Social Security benefits and Medicaid and Medicare. And then my son Jonathan and I met with this woman Katrina, WIA youth case manager. And then I met with Wendy to prepare for this meeting. Wendy has been extremely helpful in preparing me for the process. I keep coming back to your words of advice. My job is to get a job.
Great. Well, it sounds like you have really done your homework. But I want you to feel comfortable on what is going to happen at this meeting. So first, I thought we could go over the goals of the meeting. 1, common employment goal. 2, resources that each provider in the IRT would be able to offer David. 3, a timeline of services. 4, lines of communication. Each of the people in the meeting have agreed to provide you with specific services, and you've agreed to do certain things in order to receive them. Our goal is to develop an employment goal that really meets your needs and satisfies the programmatic requirements of all of the providers you're working with. Wendy, George, Robert, and I will all support your efforts to gain full-time employment. 1, introductions. Facilitator and IRT members. 2, partners go around the table and each state describe the current service plan in existence and the specific services they're currently providing. 3, customer and all partners reach consensus around the employment goal. 4, customer and partners revisit resources and services available to David specific to the employment goal. 5, facilitator summarizes outcomes and next steps for the meeting.
Sophie, thank you for all your help getting ready. I'm a little less nervous. I feel like we're studying before the big test.
Oh, great. That's what we're here for. Why don't we take a little break and then get started again at the beginning of the meeting? Okay, everybody. Thank you all for coming. I know we all have busy schedules, and a meeting like this takes a lot more time and preparation than an email and phone call, so thank you. I think taking the time now will pay off later when we all know what services are being offered and by whom, so we're not duplicating each other's services and getting in each other's way. Most importantly, it'll benefit David and get him quickly and efficiently into solid long-term employment. I think we've all informally introduced ourselves, but I'd like everyone to do it officially and say which department or agency you're with. I'll start. I'm Sophie, and I'm the Disability Resource Coordinator. My job is to help David access WIA services and to assist him to coordinate all his resources while he develops his employment plan.
My name is Wendy, and I'm the WIA case manager. My job is to help David develop his training and placement plan and to help him access and apply WIA training resources.
I'm David Thompson. Thank you all for your help.
I'm George. I'm the Certified Social Security Benefits and Work Incentive Advisor. My job is to help David manage his disability benefits as he returns to work and make sure that he doesn't experience any gaps in service or sacrifice any security as he transitions back to work.
I'm Robert. I am a vocational rehabilitation counselor. My job is to help David develop an employment plan, provide some resources toward that plan, and to make sure that any disability he might experience will be accommodated while he's trained, look for work, and after he starts his new job.
Okay, I'd like to give each of you an opportunity to describe the service plans that you've entered into with David.
I'll go first. Through WIA, I am finding resources for David here at the Jobs Center, like job search and training application workshops, and the Green Jobs Training Project.
I'll be helping David navigate the changes to his disability benefits and the possibility of him using the Medicaid buy-in when he returns to work.
David has an open file with VR, which has the goal of finding him another job in retail. It looks like he did that briefly after he got out of the hospital and then again got laid off. Well, according to his previous counselor, VR funded a few classes at the community college that focus on business administrations and that will qualify him for a management position with higher wages and a benefits package.
How did that work out, David?
Well, the classes were fine. And I applied for a few management jobs, but I never got a call. I think in this economy, they're all looking for somebody with a full college degree. And I just kept thinking, I already know how to drive a truck. And I like that better. That makes more sense.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. I believe that you've identified something in that field.
Well, Wendy found this Green Jobs program, and there's a possibility of a delivery truck driver job through the Green Jobs on the Job training project here.
Oh, and that feels like a good fit to you.
I still have my commercial license. I like the work. I've done both long haul and commercial delivery, and I think the money should be enough to support myself and my son.
Does anyone have any questions or concerns about David pursuing this employment goal?
Well, I am wondering if David needs to sign over his ticket to the job center to receive the services. I'm not sure I can keep his file open if that is the case.
Let's both check on that. My understanding is that he can keep his ticket with VR through 90 days of employment. At that point, he can sign it over to another employment network, us or another one, for continued support. I'll look into it and get back to you on the phone.
Okay.
Others? Okay. Let's talk about the details of the plan and where there might be duplication or collaboration.
The Job Center can enroll David in our Green Jobs training project. And then Bruce, the Green Jobs case manager, with whom David's already spoken, can try and find him an on-the-job training as a delivery driver with a company that's participating in the program.
Okay. Is there any supplemental support available through WIA?
WIA should be able to pay for clothing and equipment that might be needed.
Great. And what would your plan B be?
If the on-the-job training doesn't lead to a permanent placement, then I can work with David to use the job match services available through Wagner Pizer to help him find another job. Wagner Pizer at the Job Center provides many labor exchange services so that workers, job seekers, and businesses can actually find services. And I can continue to manage David's case for 3 quarters after placement and assist him if any issues come up.
For my part, I can keep all the information flowing between everyone and be an employment network representative to determine which EN provider provides the most sense for him based on the needs of his plan. Robert?
I will change the goal of David's VR plan to line up with his WIA intensive services plan of the delivery drivers, and that's no problem.
Is there any supplemental support available?
VR can pay for a gas voucher for David to get him to and from a work site.
And your plan B?
Well, if the Green Jobs doesn't work out, I will consider hiring a job developer to use a targeted approach to find employers likely to need delivery drivers. And we might be able to fund on-the-job training using VR resources. I can work with David and the team to develop accommodation strategies, and I definitely will want to work with Wendy to work around David's ticket if he's been working for 90 days and then decide to close his VR file.
Sounds good. George?
Let's see. If David or the Green Jobs case manager could give me estimated wages of the job, I could prepare a benefit summary analysis to see if David would benefit from any SSA work incentives. It seems to me that the impairment-related work expense would benefit David right off the bat.
Thanks. Anything else?
I think that we have to develop a long-term asset building strategy. One of the programs we have is the individual development account, which I think would be right for David, and he could use me to help him develop the program until he's ready to take it on for himself and doesn't need me anymore.
This is a great start.
Yes, it is. A little enthusiasm is a good thing. Okay, let's see if I can summarize. David will begin by working with Bruce at a Green Jobs training project here at the Job Center. If David is found eligible for the program, Bruce will attempt to locate an on-the-job training opportunity as a delivery driver. Bruce and David will stay in touch with a certified Social Security benefits and work incentives advisor, George, directly and give him known wage information so that George and David can develop a BS&A. David and Bruce will also keep Wendy up to date on their progress so that she can update the rest of the IRT members. If David is not determined eligible for the Green Jobs program, or if a suitable site for an on-the-job training cannot be located, or an on-the-job training does not lead to permanent placement, Wendy will help David access Wagner Pizer Job Match and Placement Services. If needed, Robert, through VR Services, will consider hiring a job developer to use customized placement strategies to locate a job or an on-the-job training opportunity. The DRC, that's me, can help David maximize the potential EN resources he is qualified for and use them in the context of this plan. Finally, Wendy can provide follow-up services to David for 3 quarters after placement. How'd I do?
Could I say something? This has been a lot of information, and at times very complicated and nerve-wracking. But there was a time not long ago when I was solely focused on defeating cancer. And then I realized I had to keep living my life, be a good dad for Jonathan, and get back into the workforce. And you have all helped me accomplish this. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what we're here for.